Assemblyman Upendra Chivakula of the 17th Legislative District. Thanks so much for being with us.
Thank you, Jill.
We are talking about energy that's clean and green and maybe readily available right here in New Jersey.
That's correct. Yeah, if you look at the hydro, where the world's 20% of the energy comes from hydro, and the U.S. about 6%, and New Jersey currently not close to zero. And this is when you have existing dams and you have anywhere the water is flowing, you make use of the new technologies that are coming in the hydro arena to generate electricity.
So how does this technology actually work? We've seen dams and creeks and other waterbeds and streams in New Jersey, but how do you then capture that energy and turn it into a usable product that we could use in our own homes?
Like whether it is we are conventionally used to rotary motion. When you have rotary motion, that affects the fish life, and so this one probably movement of lateral motion. There are new technologies that are coming, and you can put it in a riverbed and river streams, and you can capture the electricity. For example, New Jersey Commission on Science and Technology is awarding one of the companies to invest money in terms of the research and how to get that thing done for hydro, and that is already in motion. And the idea here is that by creating that incentive, reclassifying the mini hydro as class 1, and you are giving them the more incentive to look at our dams and rivers where you have a lot of infrastructure is falling apart, and you fix those things, and not only that, the electricity that you are generating, you can sell it to the grid and make money, so that way you can pay for itself.
So potentially these infrastructure upgrades, many of which are needed at this point, could be paid for by installing this technology, selling the energy generated by the water back to the grid?
That's correct. That is you're absolutely correct. Yeah.
It's an interesting idea, but how feasible is it when we're talking about small hydro and having to install technology at so many different locations across the state? How viable is this technology, and how feasible is it in terms of the implementation of a program like this?
Well, I think we do have programs under the DEP that how to restore some of the dams that are falling apart, and there's some monies available that's not enough to take care of them, and this will create a way of maintaining them. A lot of times because of neglect or lack of money, lack of resources, and you don't maintain these dams, and so what happens is this creates a recurring source of revenue, and you can do that. And as far as hydro technologies are concerned, we have come a long way. We're not, when you talk about dams, you don't have to think about Niagara Falls or Hoover Dam, but there are smaller technologies that have come about that making use of, for example, as simple as you're sending the water through a large nozzle and then collect it out of a smaller nozzle that creates enough pressure to generate electricity. So a lot of technologies are there.
What is the potential in terms of the generation of electricity? How much could we potentially get? You mentioned 20% worldwide,
yeah.
But next to zero in New Jersey.
Next to zero. I think, I mean, it's going to take some time, because a lot of times people are not understanding the technology, because there's some environmentalists are opposed to this because they were afraid of the fish migration and all that. But I think the new technologies will take care of a lot of the issues, and so it's over a period of time. I think you cannot build it in one day, so it's going to take some time. I think there is a great potential of providing at least 1 or 2% of New Jersey's needs through hydro.
We just have a few seconds left, but does this fit into New Jersey's energy master plan?
Right. It is energy master plan that is mentioned there. I think now it's already, energy master plan is already 2 years old, and some of the data that is used already 5 years old. It is time for us to update that and add new things like hydro into that thing as class 1.
All right, thank you so much.
Thank you.
We've been talking with New Jersey State Assemblyman Upendra Chivakula of the 17th Legislative District. I'm Jill Horner.